No, you can keep talking. I just wanted to warn you all that I'm hitting the go button.
What a polite way to say shut up.
You
Okay,
can keep
what about
talking.
matter antimatter recombination reactor
Yeah.
or
So
micro black
people
hole?
have concerns about like nuclear power getting out of hand. The problem is, in order for that to happen, certain situations have to exist, and we can just make it so those certain situations can't exist.
Unless those situations are financially feasible or financially come with a financial gain, then we'll do it automatically, even if it's stupid.
That's fact.
Not actually. Modern day nuclear reactors cannot.
I believe
Cannot
Fabian was talking
go
about
critical.
FAFO options. Fuck around and find out options.
I agree with that.
Which, as we all
I
know,
love-
everybody loves.
I love human beings, but I also think that we're at a grave disservice in not having a controlling God.
We just need to create an AI god that's perfectly fair and reasonable.
Unfortunately,
my whole thing.
AI continues to only be as good as the people that program it.
Oh, that's true. Racist robots
Uh,
for the win.
Yay!
That's not always. That's kind of a reductionist on how programming robots works.
Programming robots is super weird. However, programming robots does absolutely reflect the implicit and explicit biases of the people who program it.
It has to.
Kind of.
That's where they get the information from.
No. See, the problem is we don't know. The problem is we don't know the full compass of the information we're feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
could
so
agree
we
with that.
create an AI that can readjust its own moral structure.
I
See,
don't know.
okay,
I feel like
so-
we're doing all right with people, and we just need to keep trying with people instead of giving up on them.
No one's just going from people. I think it's the opposite. I think that humanity would definitely benefit from having a controlling God, like a real God that has said, "Hey, don't."
That said, hey, don't.
That was the end of the sentiment.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I switched to my phone. No, that says, "Hey guys, I love you all. Let's work together because I love you all. So let's not do the bad things and work for the benefit of each other."
And don't
You
get
know?
Yeah,
smoked.
then we'd nail it to a stick and leave it in the sun to dry.
Ew, it does get kind of ugly at that point.
Well, that's not a god. That's
Hear
That's
that? Raisins are ungodly abomination.
That's like a powerful. I don't want a powerful man. I don't want a sky captain. I want a god, like a fucking abstract, fifth dimensional time lord that, with full of compassion and omniscience and all the other kind of stuff, like good stuff. And it's like, hey, I'm God, and I'm gonna help you out because I have nothing to benefit from
Good
your
news.
success or failures.
With the power of faith, you too can have this god.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's what I want. I want that kind of God, like the best version. But it's pretty. But yeah. That's what I want for humanity. I feel like that would be the coolest thing if someone just like made God, like the nicest version of God. Just threw it out there.
I feel like this is a good way to highlight the difference in like the eras as time passes. Once upon a time, people were like, it would be really cool if this god existed. And I think he's right there.
Okay.
And then as time progressed, people were like, it would be really cool if this god existed. Let's go out and find it. And modern day, they're like, it'd be really cool if this god existed. Let's go make it. And I feel like that's just a really interesting way to emphasize how.
Right. Okay, guys. We have a viewer. It's Fire Philly. They're here because I rated their stream the other day, where they were playing It Takes Two. So everybody say hi to Fire.
Hi.
You are a second arson named individual.
Do we count Pyro Lily?
Oh, right, the
Fly,
Pyro Lily.
Fire Fills. Fireflies. Yeah, that's what that is.
That's 3. We're getting a whole bonfire together, apparently.
Yeah, I like bonfires. We're not here to discuss moral philosophy or fireflies. Okay, nice. We are actually here to play an RPG. Does someone want to tell fireflies what we are about?
I am... Okay, so... The system we're using is called Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It's a system about finding yourself in a world that hates you. That's what its vanilla settings are about. This is a custom setting created by yours truly on request of the players. The prompts I was given for this world are Hollow Knight meets Alice in Wonderland. So, if you know what Hollow Knight is, then it's pretty explicit what this world's supposed to be. But think like a fallen kingdom. Yeah. Think like the glorious corpse of a fallen kingdom holding a story as people try to keep from falling and descending into oblivion.
And also, you're a bug.
And also, everyone's tiny and therefore a bug. And by bug, I mean no one here is a bug. Everyone introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Vivelda, also known as Durenda, your lovely streamer. My character Vivelda is a very determined, if often wrong direction determined in the wrong direction. Glass frog, which is a great type of frog. You can see their little heartbeats right through their chest, which is a great metaphor for how she is completely vulnerable in all the wrong ways. Listening Chaos.
Okay, Listening Chaos is like an ink eldritch monster, and that about and a troublemaker. I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of a formless, shapeless entity.
Might be evil, might
cool
not
hats.
be evil. Who knows? Yeah.
Has definitely taken to being like, yeah, we're the bad guys, and like owning that. So you definitely like saying that you're evil. Phibian.
Well,
I am Phibian, destroyer of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
That is mathematically true.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Diplocalus, ancient salamander, and
And the only one that drew their own picture.
Yeah,
I
look how
made a
cute she
model.
is.
I made a 3D model.
Okay, you made a model on Hero Forge, but you didn't draw it. Therefore, the statement maintains.
But it makes it seem as if I didn't try, like a minimum effort.
I've never actually seen
Your own
it.
notion on what words mean is to be discussed amongst yourself.
The
I've never actually
implication.
seen Invader Zim, so I don't know if this is Invader Zim-ish. Have any of you guys seen Invader Zim?
I
Yeah.
have.
Are we vibing?
Introducing yourself as I am Phibian, Destroyer of Worlds is fairly very deep on the Zim side of that spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I clipped it. I clipped that section. We still don't have a clip bot because I'm not yet as cool as Fireflies. But we're getting there.
I suppose our anarchic attempts to collapse normal society is also very Zim-like.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have any tallists to lead us.
Yes, this is what if Invader Zim turned against the tallest? Is kind of what's That's definitely not the story, but that's what's going on.
It does kind of feel like what we're doing right now. Currently, I'm trying to get the boss's most loyal follower and also my daughter to take me to the boss so I can beat her up, but unfortunately, she is actually loyal instead of just word for word loyal. Actually, she mostly just thinks that I'll die and doesn't want to get in trouble after I die.
I hate to break it to you, that follower is normal quantities of loyal.
Oh. Well, it's also her daughter. The Big Bad's daughter and my daughter are the same person.
Yes. One... Okay. Let me read
I'm really
this
pissed
name.
at her.
One, Theodosia Magnificent Bellstrow.
Oh, is that her name? Really?
That's her full name.
She has oh, I dropped Magnificent off my title after the Second World died.
It's true. So this story started and there were 3 worlds, and 2 of which were secret. And so the player characters found one of the secret worlds and broke it, then discovered there was a 3rd secret world and set out to not break it, but broke it anyway.
She's gonna hate me when she tries to get cables. Look, we set out to conquer the means of production, and we located the means of production, and now they're no longer producing things for our enemies, which is definitely related to the thing that we wanted. Yes.
Those were words.
Mm-hmm.
Those were certainly
yeah,
words.
we were definitely like proletariat epicness. And that didn't get very far. We ended up just breaking things.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. That's okay, though. We're gonna keep making mistakes. So when we last left our noble citizens of this place,
I want to do a slight rework of what last happened.
Okay, tell us what happened.
So, last session, you guys went through one of the randomized gateways, which means I get to throw your map away and you'll never see any of those places again. Ha ha ha. Maybe. You guys fell into some weird water-like substance.
Oh yeah, we
and got to play with surface tension because you're bugs, and surface tension means a lot more when you're tiny.
That's true.
Did you watch a video on surface tension before last week's episode?
No, I just know science things. All the time. I know science all of the time.
It's when they get served a drink, it's just the bubble because it's held together by surface.
Surface tension's fucking magic. If you don't know, look it up. It's actual magic.
It's kind of what makes life possible is the fact that water has surface tension.
Really? Actually,
it also makes rain impossible, which we aren't going to talk about. Rain is impossible, by the way, due to surface tension. So you guys fell into a pond, a weird pond that had weird surface tension, and then you guys were just kind of lying dead on the beach for a bit until it occurred to someone to check behind the waterfall. Because, of course, there's a secret tunnel behind the waterfall that led to a... Huh?
Nothing.
The secret cave behind the waterfall led to... I'm changing it so it leads to a golden room. It is no longer a room plus a stack of gold. It is a golden room.
You said secret tunnel and that auto-generated people singing secret tunnel?
Okay, that's what happened. That's fair.
I was just trying to eat lunch, so I was being plausibly denied. I was maintaining my plausible deniability. Okay.
Secret cave behind the waterfall. Of course, it's a pirate cave. Here's a room made of pirate treasure. Or pirate gold. Or whatever. It's a golden treasure room.
Cool. Does the doorway glow?
Yes.
I poke it
Kind of.
with a stick.
There is a glowing doorway. Or more accurately, there are enough pieces of a glowing doorway to construct one.
Fabulous. I start building a glowing doorway.
Okay. Good luck.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
You're gonna need Titan's blood.
What?
You can't make a portal without Titan's blood.
No, it's already glowing. It's just been broken. We just have to fix the door that was here.
With Titan's blood?
Okay.
Sorry.
Blood is known to
It's
be
not
a
canon
troll.
to this world.
You don't think it's canon to this world, is what you meant to say.
I volunteer eliciting chaos to provide the blood.
I don't have blood. So
I
go
have
get
blood.
some.
I have lots of blood. I have like
wait,
half a
You-
pint.
give me permission to go find some blood? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
You think Google would think it's weird if I searched up how much blood does a salamander have?
I'm sorry.
Oh
do you,
no, Fibian! It just occurred to me. Fibian wasn't here last week.
Nope, they were
Do
not.
you require my permission to do anything?
Well, I'm just saying that. Do you want me to go find
Vivian!
some blood? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, GM.
I have good news.
That's not good news.
I know where you are!
Whoa. Where am I?
Well, you fell into a tower of war, which was pretty fun. By which I mean
Tower
I
of
insisted.
war?
Tower of war.
The party took their eyes off the Pit of Many Things for a moment too long, and then when they turned around, it was a Tower of War.
Because we got into a big fight on top of it. Some might argue that this is our fault, but they would be wrong.
They would be.
For reasons I have not yet decided.
So you are on the bottom floor of the Tower of War!
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
I like the
What am
Floating
I?
in the sky above you are pairs of stone statues. You can tell that either they're the same two individuals fighting over and over again, or they're the same, or they're two sides of a conflict. You can tell this by the decor on their armor. You can't see any of what would be their skin or epidermis or whatever. You can't see any of that due to the full plate that they're wearing. And they're just statues suspended in combat, suspended in air.
What's the material of the surface I'm lying on?
It is stone. You're actually surrounded by the plant people who were also in the Pit of Many Things.
Are they alive?
Yes.
Are they awake?
Oh, sorry. Let me clarify. You're on packed dirt hard enough to be stone, whereas the statues are carved of gray stone.
A brief insert for our new viewers. We recently unlocked the Plant People expansion pack, and so our fourth member, who is not here right now, is a walking, talking Venus flytrap. And that's what we mean by Plant People.
Yes.
Not that all of them are Venus flytraps.
Some of them are bushies.
Mm-hmm.
They are trained in the art of Bushido.
So, how would you like to react?
Okay. So these statues You said they're wearing armor, or that they're carved to look like they're wearing armor?
They're carved to look like they're wearing armor. Or I suppose technically they might be wearing stone armor. It's very nice carving. It's unclear.
And they're on the ceiling?
They are floating in the air. The ceiling is actually one of those blacked out gateways. So if you travel up there, you know you'll end up in some variation of not where you are.
Oh, okay. What are the plant people doing?
The plant people are... They appear to be fully distracted amongst themselves. Like, everyone's still here, everyone's still in one piece. Okay, it's all working out. And haven't properly noticed that the room has changed drastically.
Okay. Base, what dimension am I in?
You're in the same one. You appear to still be in the maze.
Okay. Now we have a structure in the maze. You know who built those statues?
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
But I
Thank
do
you.
think I recognize them.
Oh. Who is
Yeah,
it?
these statues depict something that happened a long, long time ago.
Oh. What is it? What's happening?
The details have been lost to the ages, but it, you know,
Like the details have been forgotten through the ages, or like they were literally lost?
I mean, we are in a massive underground cavern that sprawls the entire length of the planet, created by Lost. So you tell me.
Okay. I just needed to make sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell when things are physical and when things are mental.
That's fair. Yes, my answer to you is this tower existed before the maze did.
Oh.
So it appears to have been co-opted by the maze.
So you said you know who the figures are?
Yes, I recognize this battle.
What is the battle?
The battle is the battle is the final dawn of gods.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, people like giving their battles really dramatic names.
Was like this fought between gods?
Oh, no. Sorry. The gods weren't actually part of this battle.
Okay. It's just really so they're the people who named it are just like really
Yeah, the god in question was dead at the time.
Ooh.
got it.
That's what they were fighting over, the corpse.
Oh, does the corpse have powers?
Probably.
Guess it makes sense. Are gods biological in nature?
Biological life is considered the fourth generation of divinity.
Oh, okay. What was this place used for?
Editor's note, that might be fourth or fifth, I don't recall, I don't have the sheet in front of me.
Okay.
This tower is a memorial to it.
Ah. And there's a big black void that takes one somewhere not here.
Yes. Okay, so, information that I have finally come up with the words to describe. And Fabian's talking about space, so now is when I'm going to say it. Talking to space, now is when I'm going to say it. Black gateways, or the black fog, when it's going left and right, will take you to any other black fog. Black fog, when it's going up and down, each has their own special rule on what type of random room you'll get.
Is the direction of the fog shifting, or is it fixed?
You're looking up at a pathway that leads up, so you're going through an up and down black fog. You are the trick to the the battle tower, whatever I was calling it.
Tower of War.
Tower of War is that you'll always end up in the Tower of War when you go through its black fog.
Oh, how big is the tower?
You don't know.
Okay.
But if you go up, you'll always end up on a floor above where you were, and if you go down, you'll always end up on a floor below where you were.
Okay. Where's everybody else?
I don't know.
Okay.
I lost them, so either they went through a black wall, or we did, but, they're lost now.
If they were in the tunnels, would you be able to know their location?
No.
Okay, so they might be in the thing.
If they weren't in the tunnels, I'd be able to know their location.
That was nice. Good job.
Oh.
I thought
The
that was your
tunnels
point.
are lost, remember?
Yeah, good job, Fabian. You figured that out.
Okay.
Are you
Start
telling me
asking
Lost
him.
made this whole place?
Not the Tower of War.
Great. Now I know who to blame.
Yeah, who to blame?
I start asking the plant people if they saw where Vivelda, Laurel, and Listening Chaos went.
To the best of their knowledge, they went through that opening right there on the wall.
On the wall?
Except when they did it, there weren't floating statues. So, yes, there is a regular path in and out. You just have to climb the wall to get to it.
Okay. I ask one of the larger plants if they'll give me a lift up there.
Sure.
Alright, I go through the hole.
Nice. You come across... Well, you have, a few paths to take. Could I get... an update from Drenda and Co?
Is this actually a magical doorway that will take me
Yeah.
somewhere specific?
It appears to only be holding together because you've sacked it against a wall, and maybe you need to, reconstruct the doorway, not just pile its pieces on top of each other.
Thus far, Vivelda is assuming that this weird, glowing room made of a substance she doesn't know, surrounded by weird stuff, is, in fact, one of the teleporting doors that she just has to solve the puzzle, and she'll figure out where to go next.
Well, you have successfully leaned the entire broken structure of the portal against a wall in portal shape. And that hasn't gotten you much.
Cool, so that's what I'm doing.
Listening Chaos?
Oh, I'm
Don't do anything slightly less insane.
Okay, so the thing is, so I want to say that my character looks different from usual. Listen looks different from usual because they have hands and skin and actual features and a face, and eyes, where they used to just be pretty much the impression of features in inky goodness, and so they're kind of just stunned by like being a creature. So and they're kind of afraid. So when everyone is doing the stuff, they're kind of like in shock. So that's why.
So, Listening Chaos has found a reflective surface and is staring at themselves.
Regret.
Yes.
Listening Chaos is experiencing regret.
Regret.
It isn't skin weird.
Well, the thing is like, so the last time we went through a portal, something got like yanked off of me, and it turned out, well, I want to think of it as my not being a mortalness, but now I don't have it, and so yeah, someone took my specialness away, and now I'm kind of just like
Wow.
afraid.
Your
it's gonna happen
specialness was that fragile? Awkward.
Huh?
Your specialness
Well,
was so
yeah.
fragile someone could take it away? Awkward.
Remember, I'm just like an avatar, okay? I'm not actually.
As a voice of authority here, I'd like to say that's a fair guess as to what happened to you. That's not necessarily what happened.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that, like, considering that I always felt that I always knew I was like a part of something bigger, and like now I'm not. I feel like I'm not a part of that, and because that's what I feel like. So I'm kind of like shocked and kind of afraid because I don't know how to orient in a world where I'm not above the chaff. So that's why I'm pretty out of not saying anything, because I'm just like not sure what's going on.
I'm definitely making lots of fun of you.
Sure. But do you even realize what's going
No.
on? Probably not. So
Not yet.
no. So yeah, I'm just like still like just stunned, like what the hell's going on? But yeah, continue to please do the crazy stuff that you do.
Just occurred to me I didn't have any of the themes open. Boop. Okay. I'd like for someone to make a roll. Probably Fibian. I just don't know what I want you to roll.
That's gonna make it kind of difficult for her to succeed at whatever it is you want from her.
Fibian, how do you expect to find where you're going in this massive maze?
Oh, because now I'm entering the maze.
Yes.
Well, we've been in the
Okay.
maze, but now you don't know where you are in the maze in relation to other people.
Going to leave a trail of breadcrumbs, or more like a little, what do you call it when you put 3 rocks on top of each other?
Little
No,
stone
breadcrumbs
cairns.
will do.
Stone cairn.
Yeah, cairns.
Okay.
I just don't know if she has bread.
I'm fine with you. You have some organic material that's comparable to breadcrumbs.
Yeah, but everybody knows breadcrumbs are the worst thing to make trails out of.
I was happy to let you do it anyway.
And I'm not gonna go too far if I don't see any signs of them. I want to make sure I can go back.
Okay, give me a roll.
For what?
A luck roll.
Give me a second while I pull up whichever one of these books has your class in it. What's your class?
Spooky Witch.
Spooky Witch. Okay. I'll tell you what. Roll me Defy Disaster. Wit, or convince me of a different stat.
Am I rolling the dice again, or am I using the dice roll I already did?
Oh, did you already do a dice roll?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's use the one you already did.
All right. The fail.
Fantastic. I'm just going to add right here to the map. Geez. I can't find my dumb map. Path of Lost Hikers. There you go. Congratulations, you've added to the map.
Is the map posted, or is this
No.
GM?
None of us have access to the map.
Oh, no. No, you totally have access to the map.
We were told that writing anything down makes it worse.
No. So the map is the list of rooms you guys know how to get to.
Oh.
Do we get to see the map?
I'll read you the map if you like. So you have the waterfall, a treasure room, and if ever Fibian catches up with the rest of you, you'll also get access to the Path of Lost Hikers. Those are the 3 things you know how to get to so far.
Nice.
Do I know how to get to the waterfall?
No, you're in the Path of Lost Hikers.
You have to get past
Okay.
the Lost Hiker bit.
You are a spooky witch. So I know for certain you have at least one move you could do to try and bail yourself out, but you could do others as well.
Does it look like I'm getting anywhere? Are there any signs of anything?
Yes, there are signs of the trail markers you left. You specifically recognize that pile of 3 stones, except you were approaching it from a different angle last time.
Okay.
Do you think you could bring me my water, love?
I
It's
think
upstairs.
I am going to... I'm going to backtrack the Kjarns back to the Tower of War.
That sure sounds like it would work. Unfortunately, it doesn't.
Oh, Tower of War wasn't on that list of things that she said we could get to.
Unfortunately, someone has lost their way in the Path of Lost Hikers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, what are the places I can get to?
The Path of Lost Hikers.
Currently, that's the only place you know how to get to. You're gonna have to unlock
Yeah.
other abilities by presumably getting unlost in the Path of Lost Hikers. Thank you, love.
Ay.
You do have that oh so helpful toxic power to care of the mushroom for you.
bitter wind
The
is
toxic
not
side
here.
that- What?
The bitter wind actually isn't present.
And I would like that to continue being the case.
Okay. Which direction smells the least bad?
Every third room you enter doesn't have a. Every third room in a straight line that you enter doesn't have a pile of rocks in it to denote that you've already been here, unless you're still making them. So those rooms smell the most bad.
Rooms with I've been here marks smell bad.
No, smell less bad. Rooms without I've been here marks smell more bad.
But it doesn't take me in a path. It just takes me to more rooms with Kjarns.
Yep.
Some of which she didn't make.
That's a good question. How many did you make before you started noticing this problem? No, I take it back. You said you rolled a downbeat. You didn't make all of these.
Dookie. All right. I like snails.
That's a power. That's an ability.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm not sure if you're smitten with this cave system, but I'll allow it if you are.
No. I'm just talking to myself.
You have commune with the unseen. Theoretically, they'd have something useful to tell you.
I thought communing with the unseen in the maze just let me hear the frantic wails of everyone in the maze.
I recall you kind of botching that roll last time, so maybe that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, I may as well try again and hopefully not consumed by the emotions of countless
Lost
voices.
soul.
Yay! When all else fails, try it again.
Screaming in horror and suddenly stopped. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna commune with the unseen.
Okay.
Um,
Also, if ever I give you the notion that I've permanently turned off one of your powers, talk to me, because that's not what I've done.
okay. I make a circle with the stones. And then I connect them all, kind of a star. Like an odd numbered star, like 7 or 9 or whatever.
Okay.
Make a 9-pointed
And-
star. Good, that's never
gonna-
led to anything bad ever.
Stand in the middle. And I am going to whistle a specific frequency of sound and raise my sword up high, and then I'm gonna clap my hands together and say, voices of those beyond sight.
Great spirits above who lived before. Take a hand. Sorry.
Reveal thyself unto me. Oh, and then I'm gonna roll.
Fill our hearts and soul with all you know. This is a song
9.
from Brother Bear that I keep singing.
Mixed beat.
Choose 2. Hide something in the unseen world. Learn something important from the unseen. Temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place. Ask a question from figure out a person of anyone, anywhere. If you can if you can name one of their deceased loved ones. Learn the recent history about an object you hold. You can pick 2.
Learn something important from the unseen. Do I have to pick both of them now?
No, you can hold.
Okay.
You can do one at a time.
So, what's the something important you'd like to learn?
The directions to I want to know the nature of the tunnel and whether or not there are any patterns behind its apparent lack of patterns.
You hear a dusty... I'm going to describe the voice as dusty. Someone who sounds like the type of person who just stayed up for like 7 nights in a row working on a project. You hear a dusty, old and grizzled voice, tired and alone. And he tells you, This maze is not like any other you can come across. I built it very intentionally to house the monsters within. The pattern does exist, but very few can see it. Then, at the mention of monsters within, you begin to hear footsteps. Large and heavy. You hear the sound hoofed feet clanking against the dirt and stone floor.
Now's a great time to leave. You should make like a bush and leave.
I'm going to turn and look at the source of the sound.
Turning the corner, just as you turn to look at it, it turns the corner, and it turns its head to see you. A massive creature. Well, I say massive. It clearly fits in these tunnels, and it's bug size. The largest, a creature almost as tall as your Dracneck Weevil, except his isn't just a thin neck, it's full muscle. You see...
Chunky boy.
What?
A chunky boy. A real chunky boy.
Yeah, you see a real chunk boy. He's got hooves, and he's got I've decided he's a bullfrog because bulls are too big.
I like bullfrog though. That's highly amusing.
So you come across a creature that is half bullfrog, half something hooved, and it has horns. And its eyes glow red with fury.
I'm actually more scared now that I found it's a bullfrog. Those things are nasty on a small level. Seeing what they can do to insects, like.
Does anyone have the one-word answer to where Phibian is?
Minotaur.
That's pretty close.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. That's the right word.
Daedalus.
I'm like, I don't know. Daedalus's labyrinth isn't one word.
Daedalus or Labyrinth would have come up with the same answer.
I just like that you said bullfrogs were nasty.
Bullfrogs are mean, apparently.
I think it should just be a bullfrog. It doesn't need to be half anything else. That's just...
No, I already described it as having hooves.
Bullfrogs are just nasty.
Okay, so yeah, like the queen frog had a half frog baby that they said, "Oh no, let's put it in the labyrinth."
We don't know how accurately this maps, but sure.
The important thing is you're face to face with something that is very, very angry. By face to face, I mean like it's a few hallways down, but it's a straight line.
I shout, "Hi, my name is Phibian. What's yours?"
It very kindly responds by putting its front appendages on the ground and takes up a runner's stance.
Phibian, you should roll to connect.
Roll to connect?
Yeah, make friends with it. I believe in you.
It's this...
Because entice is what you use when you want to hit on the thing. Connect is just, hey, you need friends and I need friends. Let's be buds. I don't think it'll work, but...
Well, that was kind of my idea. You know, calling out to it. And then I was waiting to see its reaction. And,
not promising.
Seeing that, I run. I run and I take as many weird angles in the tunnels as possible, hoping to get lost from it in the way I am already really lost.
Okay. That sounds like a defy disaster. Yeah? Unless you have a different move you want to use. You still have a hold 1 from the Commune with Unseen.
That's true. Maybe communing with the unseen somehow can have helped you.
That might be true. Moves. By disaster. I am going to I don't know. I'm scared. I'm defying disaster with grace for swiftness or elegance to just dodge, run, and
generally not be here. Got it.
Noping out of there as hard as possible.
Like, I would do an astral dance, but I think that would slow me down. 7, 8, 9. Mixed beat.
Nice. Okay. Defy disaster on a mixed beat will offer you a hard choice or success with a sacrifice. Phibian.
Yes.
If you get the monster to ram this wall headlong, then it'll cause a cave-in on that point. And if you're fast enough, you'll only get crushed by some of the rocks making the cave-in, but you'll be on the other side.
I'll do it. I'll take a little bit of crushing.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. The monster charges. You leap out of the way the last second and start booking it down. The monster rams headlong in and like takes a minute to pull himself out because that's what horns do when you crash into stone walls. And you leap through and you take a condition, but you are now separated from the beast.
Okay. All right. Oh, those aren't shields. Okay. I'm gonna take.
Does anyone have shields?
Yep.
Huh.
I'll take fright.
That's fair.
So for our new viewers, in this game, you do not lose hit points. You're not going to die by getting stabbed. Instead, what you do is you take conditions. These are things like angry, frightened, insecure, guilty, and when you hit all 5 conditions, you lose control of your character for that scene.
Though I have killed a PC before.
That's true, but that was consensual.
It's true.
You don't have to sound so disappointed.
I want to stab. Okay. While Phibian works on a solution, Vivelda, how many times do you intend to deconstruct and reconstruct that doorway, hoping that it'll be different this time?
Until I get bored.
Well, it's been like 6 tries.
Okay. And it's not like making any changes.
Nothing
seems
some have looked
promising.
more correct than the others, but like, no.
Okay, well, if none of the weird things I'm doing are I'm turning this into a door, I'm gonna decide that the puzzle is one I can't figure out right now, and shelve it and move on.
Okay, there is now most of the door there is now the majority of the door frame on a shelf. Now what do you intend to do?
Alright, is there anything else in this room? Friendos, you've been looking at stuff, right? Guys?
Listening chaos?
Yeah?
It's been like 9 minutes. Are you still lost in the mirror?
I mean, I could. Okay, let's.
Actually, you know what? I will notice that Listening Chaos is staring at themselves in the mirror and be like, "Are you okay?" And then I'll go over there and like notice that you seem like people shaped, and I'll be like, "Are you okay?"
Like a beetle. I look like a beetle.
Beetle shaped.
Like a generic Hollow Knight character with,
Cool.
you know, with black.
Cool. You look like Hornet. Got it.
Yeah. Be like, don't know. I do not know. You wouldn't have any chance seeing a scarf around here, would you?
A scarf? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I feel like something important was taken away. It's probably scarf shaped. Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
weird.
Yeah. Uh, feeling real cold right now. When I'm not used to feeling cold.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because you don't have your scarf to keep you warm. But didn't you just find that scarf like 20 minutes ago in the room of Pit of Lost Things?
Oh, it's not actually a scarf. It just looks like a scarf. I don't
Did
think
you lose life?
No, but I lost my connection to life. So I know there's somewhere inside here because I'm alive. But as you can see, I'm gonna like touch my abdomen, and like my hand won't go in. Like, yeah, I can't. I have skin
Mm-hmm.
or chitin, whatever this is.
Yeah, that might be carapace.
Yeah,
That's what that looks like to me.
I don't that's not normal for me. I can't I can't reach inside myself. So all right, well if you find the scarf, let me know. It's really important that you let me have it back cuz otherwise I won't be myself.
Okay, yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Velda, I'm scared.
Oh my gosh, why are you scared? You're fine. You're
Yeah.
experiencing being mortal. You'll survive. Just don't die in the
it.
next 20
That's-
seconds.
But that's just it. Mortals don't survive. That's their defining character.
Oh my goodness.
This hard stuff is to keep me alive because it's really easy to unalive me right now.
Oh my goodness. It's not, I mean, it's relatively easy.
I'll die. Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna die. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, I'm
Look,
gonna
I
run into
survive being mortal all of the time.
No, that's because you're crazy. That's different. Like, you can't
And
use you
you've
as the
got
base.
me with you, so you'll be
Lots
fine.
of people die around you.
No.
Usually by Fibian. Well, speaking of which,
That's
Fibian's not here. So
mean.
probably. Fibian's not here though, so I'm probably okay for now.
Wow.
But we'll eventually run into Fibian,
Okay.
and then
I was
my-
feeling bad for you, but now I'm not anymore.
my number might be up. Oh man. You're right. Oh boy. Okay. Oh well. Anyway. What did you? What were you doing
I
over there?
wanted to. I was trying to find out if I could get the door open.
The door.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess. Wait. Time out. I feel like if we open that door, Fibian's gonna be on the other side of it.
Cool.
Wait. I'm afraid to open the door now.
You're just one little touch of mortality, and now you're a scaredy cat.
Yeah. That's how mortals survive. That's why. That's exactly it.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I think what we should do. I think we should. Okay, there's enough air here, and there's things in the water to eat if we need to. So I think what we should do is barricade the doors to keep Fibian out, and then just live here. I'll build a shed. I'll build a shelter. I'll build a shelter.
That's the main obstacle to your continued survival.
I have a really strong. I have a gut feeling because I have guts now that if Fibian comes, if we find Fibian, I'm gonna end up dead. It's a. So I'm gonna get some twigs and I'm gonna build a shelter and we'll live here hiding from.
We're gonna live here.
Yeah, hiding from Fibian forever.
Okay,
Okay.
you have fun with that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go explore this area, I guess.
Sure, but just don't find Fibian, okay?
I am
Okay.
not in control of whether or not I find Fibian.
Find Fibian, I'll die.
You're not gonna
Wait,
die! Oh my goodness!
This is really important.
Since one was listening afraid of Fibian?
Listening decided that mortality means someone's gonna kill me, and since no one is killing me right now, it must be the next person I meet.
I mean, you
More or
have
less.
destroyed multiple worlds.
Oh.
Technically, that has directly led to very few casualties.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Yeah.
Way to rub it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can be less harsh if you need.
So I'm gonna go looking for sticks and to build a shelter next to the water.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until they've, like, walked away, and then I'm gonna go looking for Laurel. Who stole the scarf?
Laurel is nowhere to be found.
Great. I love this. I love my life. This is wonderful. This is perfect. Everything I ever wanted.
Listening Chaos, I regret to inform you that looking for wooden sticks just isn't an option. All
Well,
you
any
can
kind of-
find are large halberds and well-crafted swords and rods of precious metals for weighing, and all you can find are really high-quality polished materials. No, just sticks. Sorry.
On the thing. Oh, sorry, my wife was talking to me. No worries. Keep going.
I think that's probably okay.
Okay, so that's- All right, so I'm gonna be like, so in that case, I'm going to look around and then just scream at the top of my lungs, "Blood guts!"
Okay. Fibian, they aren't doing anything. Would you like to?
No. I'm gonna do something.
I'm joking. Please continue.
Okay, so there's a lot of cool stuff in this cave. Is there a sword? Nope, never mind. I take that back.
There's lots of swords.
Yep. I just remembered that my current sword will get butthurt if I think about other swords. So I look at all the weapons and I'm like, ooh, shiny. And then I, like, look down at my sword and, like, clear my throat and, like, walk away. Okay, is there an entrance or an exit out of this room that is not secret tunnel?
No.
Secret tunnel.
Okay, I don't know what to do. I was gonna ask you about swords. That was my main idea.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I'm gonna do this though. So I'm pretty strong right now. Can I is there any way to make fire?
Listening,
There appears to be a lit torch
listening fire
in the middle
kills
of the
people.
room.
Well, only if I get caught on it. So that's good. So what I'm gonna try to do.
In the middle of the treasure room, there's a lit torch providing the flickering light to make everything glisten.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna
That
turn
way.
the I'm gonna try to turn the treasure room into a house. So like, I'm gonna like are there rocks around?
Not in the treasure room.
There are
You'd have to go out to
chunky things.
the waterfall.
Okay. So what I'm gonna try to do is like try to like damage a bunch of like weapons so I can use them as like panels for like a door, and then use the blunt stuff to make an iron door or something, and then set it in the front so nothing can come inside.
Oh,
and
I have
surprise
most
us.
of a door started already.
The damaged materials turn to like I'm going to describe it as. Okay, I don't know how to describe it. The once you go through the pain of damaging something, because they're really well made, so they take a lot to break. It's then like crumbles to the point where just handling it will leave your fingerprints in it.
Oh,
Stop breaking that stuff. It's nice.
was that? Was this like gallium? So all this stuff made of gallium. Okay. I'm gonna be like, shoot. There's nothing. I can't make this place safe. Crap. Oh,
I
know what
mean,
to do.
there's shields.
Okay, yeah, I'll use a shield then.
Just which shield would you like?
The tallest shield.
They want a tower shield?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use that to barricade the door, and then I'm gonna like wedge something underneath the.
Are
bottom
you
of
are
it,
you barricading the door from the inside or the outside?
the inside, so nothing can come in.
Okay.
Once the Velda gets inside, I'm barricading the door.
I'm gonna tell you that I can't find Laurel, so if you find her, she might,
Already be dead.
have found your scarf. I was gonna say genius.
You might already be dead.
You're-
You're right. We need to create more defenses.
Wow, mortal listening is super, super dramatic.
Like, see if we can find this. Help me, like, try to like scratch a spear hole through it, so that way, if anyone comes to the door, we can stick the spear through the side. Hopefully, that's enough to keep back Vivian. I mean, any enemies he might have.
Shields that have spear holes are different from tower shields.
Well, I said I was going to make a slot in the middle of it.
No, don't damage it. Just find a different shield.
Okay, I'll look
Didn't
for
you
a
see what
different shield
happened to
then.
the last one?
You're right. You're right. Good thinking. Good thinking.
Thank you.
We're gonna look for a shield that has a slot to stick a spear through.
This one is very comparable to Captain America's shield. It's a big circle, except it has a triangle wedge cut out of it. Clearly meant for a spear's thrusting to go through.
Perfect. I'm gonna use that as like I'm gonna start like building like wall after wall. I'm gonna become like super manic and just like creating new, like series of doors that you can like stick weapons through.
All of which are inside the loot room, the
Yeah.
treasure room.
And like I don't even realize that I'm like trapping myself in this room with like multiple doors.
Okay.
And no, I'm not concerning whatsoever that Vivian can just teleport inside it.
They seem to be having fun, so I'm just gonna let them do whatever that is that they're doing. And I'm going to loot the room.
Okay. What would you like to find?
I would like to find... I do like the idea of having a shield, actually. So I'm going to find a nice round shield, a strap-on one that I can put onto my arm. So I can just have a shield. Whee! And,
That has a... The shields have different decor on them.
okay.
Do you want the shield that has like a little eye on it, made of gemstones, and then decorated to appear as though it's on fire?
Mm.
Do you want the shield that is a very reflective surface? It's the one Chaos was staring into earlier, with gemstones around the edge.
Okay.
Or do you want the shield that is a simple, like, simple, well-made, solid piece of wood with metal ridges around?
I'm gonna pick the metal rimmed shield for my use, and then the one that's a mirror for potentially bargaining later.
Okay.
I also want to pick up like 2 or 3 weirdy things that look valuable that maybe I can trade to people for stuff.
Sure. How many things in total?
So in addition to the jeweled shield, I'm picking up 2 other shinies.
So a grand total of 4 treasures are on you.
Yes.
Tell me when you leave the room.
Probably eventually. Like, I don't really feel like getting locked in here with listening. So...
Late. Too late.
I'm just walking out.
And while I'm building this like barricade for the outside world, I'm gonna say things like, "Must protect us. Got to protect us. The people will kill us. Destroy the whole world."
Yeah, I'm leaving now.
Listening's going through like, okay, you know how a midlife crisis really gets to people because they now know what it's like to live half of a life.
Yeah, so this is like a life crisis.
This is like a 99.999% life crisis.
That's a lot of percents. Are you planning on ending the life soon?
Well, like the amount of time a mortal is probably going to live is like a blink of an eye compared to how long listening has existed.
Yeah,
It's like saying, "Oh, you have 5 minutes to live," oh, but like everyone else has 5 minutes to live, you know, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
Everyone else.
I'm just saying that,
So,
like,
Vivelda, are you attempting to leave?
Yes.
You can't.
Listening chaos. You would use any available substance for the creation of your doors?
Using all the shields and any blunted weapon I can use, or blunt, to like make a series of like barriers to exit.
Very good, very good. Vivelda,
Mm-hmm.
how do you intend to open this first door?
Well, you see, Listening Chaos is crap at building things because they've never had to do that before. So I was going to analyze the door, find its weak point, and then kick it down.
What makes you think I haven't built things before?
Because I have severe doubts about most of your abilities.
I'm an excellent cook.
Yes, I will allow that.
That's chemistry. Right off the bat.
Huh? That has...
I'm not sure if this is an allowed thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh wait, I can.
Which one of
I
you-
have.
Vivelda versus listening. Vivelda's daring versus listening's chaos. Which one is higher?
I think they should
The listening's wit,
I think,
not chaos.
Yeah, wit.
Okay, so
They should definitely use something that makes sense.
Right now, my wit is a +2.
Oh, my daring is a 3.
Okay, Vivelda,
Yes.
are you kicking open this door?
Listening, buddy. There's nothing to eat in here.
We don't need to eat. You have change, and I don't feel hungry yet, or maybe I do. I don't know. My stomach kind of hurts. Wait, I have a stomach now. Does that mean I'm hungry?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you
Oh,
could
this
die
is
if you don't
terrible.
get any food.
Well, but you have like time, right? You don't have to eat for like a year, right? That's
Nope. Definitely need to hang out in the sunlight at least once a day.
once a day. I mean, I guess we could choose. We can make a ladder and burrow up to the top of the cave, and then we could
or
have
we
like
could
a little
make the
trickle
door
of sunlight.
openable occasionally.
Oh, you open the door, anything can come inside.
We could
don't know
shut
what you're
the door
saying.
again later.
Oh, no, please, thank you. If you open that door, we'll die. Please.
I'm kicking down the door.
Oh,
Fantastic. One
Okay,
well-placed kick to the top corner, and the thing absolutely falls apart into shambles.
I I'm not dealing with this.
Here, I meant Velda, if you're not with me, you're against me. And then
That
going
kind
to,
of
like,
attitude gets people killed,
well, it's something that'll save my life right now.
especially against me.
You wouldn't dare. And then I'm going to. Is there anything? Is there anything deeper inside of this place?
What do you mean?
I want to do the whole disappears into the darkness, the plot evil thing.
Nope. Everything in this room is glistening.
Okay, then in that case, then
I thought you said
put
everything
out
in
the
this
fire.
room is listening.
listen.
The swords hear your whispers.
Okay, I'm gonna put out the fire in the middle of the room. Then
How?
I'm gonna throw a shield on top of it.
I
Started
didn't
oxygen.
set anything on fire. Just want to be.
There is a
clear here.
torch.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put a shield on top of it, and so that it can starve it of air, so it goes out.
Update, that doesn't kill the fire.
What? That's chemistry. Okay. I'm like, crap. This magic cave was designed to kill me. You've doomed us all.
Cool. Can I walk
And then
out of the cave now?
Nope, there's another one.
Oh my goodness! How many doors did you build?
4.
All right. I'm going to. Is there a crossbow inside here?
Yep.
I'm gonna start firing at Vivelda.
What? Why?
Manic.
What is wrong with you?
You're trying to kill us.
I'm trying to leave.
You're trying to kill us.
We are missing fully half of us, including the parts of us that I like.
I'm grabbing crossbow and firing at Vivelda. I'm avoiding her vitals, but I'm trying to cripple her. I'm trying to cripple her.
What the fuck?
That sounds like
It's a fight
a
move.
fight move.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do.
Okay, if
where's
you
the dice roll?
are frightened, do you have -2 to fight?
Yeah, I guess that means you have to find -2 to fight.
I do not. I am simply reminding people that conditions give you
And
a
I
-2 on
remind
shit.
our viewers, hello viewers, you could affect the outcome of this fight with your plus and -1 sparkle redeems.
That's fact.
You could decide Vivelda wins, or you
I
could
got-
decide Vivelda needs to get hit with more crossbow bolts.
Whee!
I got a 9.
That is a mixed beat.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you may choose one. Yeah. No, you choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1. So, Vivelda, choose an action.
Fabulous.
And Listening Chaos, choose 2.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take away her advantage, so she has less luck going forward. And the other thing I want to do is try to
so take an
I
object
guess-
from your opponent or seize a superior position.
use the cure position.
Okay.
And then the other one is I know I want to hurt you. Well, not I want to cripple you, but I don't want to kill you or hurt you or accidentally hurt you.
Okay.
So
well,
what's
inflict a condition is the way you
Yeah.
hurt
Okay.
people.
I'll inflict the condition.
I'm gonna
Kinda
go ahead and
like
take
go back to-
angry. Cause what the fuck, dude? Dude, thing, creature. I am going to duck behind my shield as the first arrow comes at me. I don't really block or dodge. You just kind of get me pretty good, and I'm like, seriously?
Like this is for your good.
What the fuck? And
Zelda,
so
stand down. I'm trying to protect us.
I'm going to take my own superior position. I'm going to lift my shield and then duck behind the ruins of the first door and then elbow the door behind me, not really looking at it, just kind of going for it, all of my weight into this door.
I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs.
Inflict the
Stop
condition on the door, I see.
I chose take a superior position, which is getting more out.
I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs. Stop it! You're gonna kill us all.
You're
Jill, fight
actively trying to kill me.
I'm trying to save us. just give up already. I'm gonna Well, it's your turn, I think, to do something.
Yeah.
It's Vivian's turn. You two enjoy your disaster.
I'm sorry.
Fibian.
Yes,
Have you come up with what you're going to do?
I have.
Okay.
Would you like to share it with the audience?
Is that a no?
That's she doesn't like the options available to her.
I am gonna pull out my special book,
Oh.
and I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna say, "We need to talk," and then close it again.
You're gonna call paranoia.
Oh, I hate confrontation.
Okay, so for our lovely audience, you may have noticed that some of the characters in this story are named after concepts. Yeah, there are people who are concepts. I'm not explaining that further. They come from Candyland. I'm not explaining that further.
That's largely because she doesn't understand it.
That's a fact. I am the brute in this story.
No, but out of game you can't explain it. So you're the brute in real life.
Wow, harsh. No, I definitely can explain it in real life.
Which is good, because I've explained it to you twice, so, like...
No, I got it. We're good. I figured it out. It's okay. I got it.
Her game doesn't know what it means. Well, no, we're asking you.
I'd like to point out that this is my asking Fibian what's going on, and you two are still talking. Okay, Fibian.
Sorry.
Ha ha ha.
Yes.
As you close the book, you catch a little airplane, a paper airplane.
Okay.
Written on the paper airplane hastily is, "That place is too dangerous for me to enter."
Yeah, no kidding. That's why you want to talk about it. Shutting up. Sorry.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess this is the equivalent of finding all your belongings on the porch.
What?
She's not kicking you out. She just doesn't want to show up.
Oh, it's just, no door. Like.
That's true. Last time Fibian called her, she was like, "Cool, here, have a door."
Ah, that's true.
And then I
May have kissed someone else who isn't her.
Oh.
yeah.
You
So-
actively have... I'm going to say this out loud, just so, like, no one can blame me later. You have already made the roll to have one solution, and you have available another roll to create another solution to this problem.
So what you're saying is she's fine, probably?
You've communed with the unseen. You have a hold one. Read through your options again.
I okay. I guess I like not having the confrontation. It just seemed the story thing to happen.
I swear, if you pick up the move Friends in Weird Places, it'll be much easier for you two to communicate.
Okay.
Don't worry, confrontation's still incoming. So Paranoia is Fibian's, like, sponsor, person who gives her powers.
I think Warlock Patron, but, like, romantically interested.
Uh-huh. So, like most Warlock patrons. And, Fibian is not returning, does not return the interest. And she kissed me a couple of episodes ago.
It was epic.
It was pretty epic. You cannot go listen to it on YouTube though, but you will be able to listen to it on YouTube shortly.
TM.
So go subscribe so you get notified. That's all I've got to say about that. Go ahead.
All right. What happened? What would happen if I tried to temporarily alter the unseen nature of this place?
You could, in theory, alter its ability to change. So
Okay.
it become just a maze.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna set stones in the circle again, but I'm not gonna redo the incantation because I already did it.
Okay. You put the stones in the circle, you stand there, and this time, instead of hearing an old voice, you hear a much younger voice. Go, Father! Father, what's this do? And then you hear everything grind to a halt. And then you hear the very old voice say, Son, no!
Now I'm just gonna get everyone killed by minotaurs, frogatars.
No, just
Old
Icarus.
Just doing Icarus things.
Just Icarus, that's all.
Fly too close to the sun.
That's the best place to be.
Would you like to hastily make your exit from the no longer magically changing pathways?
I would very much like to. I guess since it's a maze, right hand on the wall, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna book it.
That sounds like Grace.
All right. Where'd my die go?
Die, die, we all pass away.
That is why
I'm not
I'm in a
in that
fist fight
room.
with this lunatic.
And I was all prepared and everything.
We do have online dice.
That's tedious and.
I'll make Vivelda roll it for you.
No,
I'll make Drenda roll it
I
for
roll
you.
badly. Nobody wants.
I'll
me
roll
to
for you.
Nobody
Okay.
wants me to roll.
That's kind of the way it
It's
works.
the downbeat. It's 5.
Fantastic. With all of your running and haste, you wind up accidentally throwing yourself back into the Tower of War. You are now clinging desperately onto a statue so as to not plummet to the ground.
Okay, I think this is a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction after all. After all.
Okay, so what's
Giant
beneath-
leap for me, one small step for plot kind. I'm sorry, I'm not helping.
Okay, so I'm in the tower. I'm holding onto a statue in midair. Is it the same statue I saw before?
Yes, this is the same Tower of War.
Are there still plant people on the ground?
Yes.
Is there still a big black void up above?
Yes.
Can I reach the black void from the top of this statue?
You can reach the next statue over, and then the next statue over, and then climb that way.
I'm gonna do it all Lara Croft style.
Nice.
Do I need to roll again?
Probably not. You take your time, you aren't in a rush. You just kind of jump from statue to statue that are suspended in the air, and you don't... You do... It occurs to you, you might ask the Lois Lane question of, you've got me, but who's got you? Am I the only one that remembers that line? I think that
Lois Lane?
Yeah.
You got me.
Superman,
Who's got you?
Yes. She's falling, and Superman goes up and catches her. It's like, don't worry, ma'am, I've got you. And it's funny.
Is that from a new movie?
No. Very old movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna be like,
It's very old.
that's pretty corny.
It was
Nothing's
old
wrong.
when I acquired it from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that disc works anymore. Doesn't matter. So you climb up and you arrive in a Tower of War with three animated statues. They're fighting each other.
Oh, is this the same room? And the same statues?
No, the stationary statues are in different poses.
Okay. So this is another room.
Different
And there are
part of Tower of War. This one appears to have statues.
Stationary statues and animated statues.
Yes.
Okay. I call out to the statues. Hello. I am Amphibian.
One of them, turns to say hello, then almost gets stabbed and decides fighting is more important.
I'm gonna help that person fight, that statue fight the other statues.
Oh, nice. Which
last
side
one?
are you on?
What are the two sides?
The one who's trying to say hello.
Okay, but as the player, would you like to be fighting on the side of the people with a big tree on their chest plate, or the people with a large eye on their chest plate?
Ooh.
I. Do you want to know why?
You can't trust trees
No.
because they can leap you.
Like I'm trying to do.
So I can
Because
see.
we know that there's a conflict between the sun and the moon going on, and between the two, the eye is more likely to be the moon, and that's the side I personally am on. Not that I really know anything about these two options, but I kind of hate the sun's guts.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of
You're
like
right.
the idea of the eye. Like, the plant is what I would go for, you know, back when I was a nature witch, but I'm evolving, and I'm more edgy now.
Ooh.
And so, maybe the eye side could help me find stuff. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm a spooky witch.
fight. Roll fight.
All right. And I can do that with Grace, right?
Darian or Grace, yes.
Well,
Whee!
Nice.
Going nowhere, going nowhere. I'm sorry.
Okay. You interrupt their fight, and knock your opponent unconscious.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like, they're clearly, like, evenly matched, and Fabian just shows in there and, like, 1-2 sucker punches the guy.
Wow, sucker punches. That says a lot about Fabian. Destroyer of worlds, murderer of murder of listening. If they let him, don't let her in.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I like her better than you.
Don't let her in. She'll kill us all.
So what happens here is Fabian is like, oh dang, that person was gonna talk to me, but now they're gonna get stabbed, and jumps up to like help and almost gets stabbed in place, except the eye individual saves Fabian, and then Fabian takes them out. So now the eye knight has a strain on Fabian.
Nice.
All right. So, what was all the fighting about?
One moment while he goes and helps the rest of the Eye Knights. Shortly thereafter, the 3 Eye Knights that were animated have all won their fights and have come down to chat with you.
Oh.
All right.
How convenient.
Hello there.
Hello. Thank you for siding with us.
Yeah, no problem. What was the fight all about?
We have been fighting for control over some very special things.
What kind of things?
Can't actually tell you that, or you'd probably fight us too.
Ooh.
I see. Okay,
Fighting with
okay.
people now.
I'm yeah, I am Fabian, Destroyer of Worlds,
Oh my goodness.
speaker for those unseen.
We are. What are we? Our names have been lost to time. We appear to have an eye crest on our chest plate.
What does the I stand for?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Ichabod. I'm sorry.
So, are you guys like the people who were fighting in the ancient war, or are you representations of them?
We think we're living memories, but we're pretty sure that memories have been forgotten. So we're the ghost of memories long gone brought to life. Probably.
Cool. So this tower exists inside of a world-encompassing maze. Are you familiar with the maze?
I thought the tower was supposed to reach high enough to scrape the skies.
Maybe it
How
did
big
once.
is the maze? Well, I gotta say, I don't know much about my surroundings.
Okay. What do you mean it was supposed to scrape the sky? You mean the ceiling?
Yeah, I think so. It's the structure was called a skyscraper. I don't think it was actually meant to be a weapon. But it's supposed to just be real big, I think is what it meant.
Okay. So, in your guys' memories, who was it who won?
Uh, you know, when your monument to the fight itself, it doesn't actually tell you.
Okay, okay. So you guys are really good at fighting, right?
Probably.
Well, there are dangerous creatures just outside of the tower. Do you think you'd be able to help in fighting these creatures?
I'm not sure what happens if I leave the tower. I kind of feel like I should be here in case any of the other tree people come to life.
Are you fighting over a golden magical spike?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's not made of, like, gold. Pretty sure it's not made of gold. Whatever we're fighting over.
I don't know what gold is. It's just a color.
Oh. Gold is a type of metal. It's known for being very conductive and also being very, soft to the... Not soft, pliable.
Okay, out of character. There were metal... Wait. We did have metal things on the mushroom, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
The colorful doorways would let you through all sorts of... Yeah, you'd find all sorts of treasures on the other side of colorful doorways. And those above had access to metals like gold. Actually, no, those above had access to metals like gold. So you know what gold is.
Okay, never mind.
Well,
Remember the jewel maker? The jewel maker could make gold stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Not jewel maker, jewelry maker.
All right. Do you know what's at the top or bottom of this tower?
I assume the roof and floor.
Okay. Is there anything in the tower other than memories and monuments to the past?
Rumor has it there's these plant people on the bottom.
How
Okay.
do they get rumors? Everyone here is made of stone.
Stones talk. I've talked to stones.
Okay.
Literally.
Goose. Wait, oh, darn it. I can't think of another rock that rhymes with, never mind. I was gonna make a rock pun, but I read. Yeah. Wouldn't work out. Carry on.
Okay. Are there any black portals in this room?
There's one above you and one below you. There's also a regular doorway out.
You guys mind if I take like a 2-minute break?
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mind
Alright, I'll be
deeply.
What?
I gotta feed my
Unforgiven.
dogs. Got my dogs, right?
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. What was it I was saying?
There's a doorway.
Yes. Your options are up or down, which you know will take you to more of the same thing, but there's also just a way to walk out and re-enter the maze, except this time you won't be led directly into the labyrinth.
Yeah, I opened the door. Check that out.
Nice. Give me a luck roll. A love roll.
Yeah, we don't have luck here. Only love, which the viewers can give us if they love us, which nobody does.
It's
So-
true.
How does one roll a love roll?
2d6 plus
2d6.
however many love you have.
Yeah, love points. 2d6 plus however many love points you have.
10.
Nice. You come across a river that appears to be full of some blue water-like substance. And more importantly, it is very obvious which direction it's flowing, because that way is a waterfall.
Better avoid that.
So help me, Fibian.
That's where we are, Fibian. Fibian.
Should we wait for listening to come back
Nah.
before I explore the waterfall?
I'm still trapped inside, so... I think you're
Okay.
fine.
I guess I follow this over to the waterfall and then look down. See what everything's falling into.
There is a small pool at the bottom of this tall cavern. Tall enough that you might have to make checks if you decided to jump down haphazardly. But who would do that? I mean, honestly.
Most of your players. Mainly me. Definitely me.
Yeah, last session, everyone leapt down this corridor and
Okay.
had to make checks
I
not to
walked
get
through it. I didn't know that the door did not lead to solid ground. In my defense.
And you walk through it, so that that's really all the information we need.
I was looking for you for some reason, and now you're shooting me for my pains, so I guess that will be the last time I try to come after you.
But yeah, I will absolutely stagger you if you just leap off this and don't succeed any rolls.
So what do I see?
So you're at the top of the waterfall.
You're at the top of waterfall. You see that the water falls in like big drops, not just small drops that you'd expect. They're all big drops. It might actually be painful to kind of be standing directly underneath the waterfall.
Yeah, water's pretty heavy, isn't it?
Also, this water is distinctly blue. So, like, that's weird. You can
Like
see...
a neon blue, kinda?
Okay, I'm gonna open up my pouch and take a sample of the blue water.
Nice. Blue water sample acquired. Please write that down on your own side, because I don't think I have anywhere to write your inventories here. You have successfully acquired the water sample. Yay!
Dun, 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 dun.
Which way smells better? Up the river or down the river?
Walking away from the waterfall, you see footprints. And
It's-
you can
Determine that all of our
Smell-
friends leaped headlong off the waterfall.
you can smell hold on, why can you smell things? Is that a power I don't know of?
No, I was just watching Lord of the Rings, and Gandalf's like, always follow your nose.
Okay. You can smell that there are many things people might want down the waterfall.
But what are the chances my party jumped down a waterfall?
Have you
We've
met
never
me?
done that before.
Have you met me?
Not
Which
very
one of you
high.
was like, gee, sure, gee golly gosh, I sure can see my entire world from up here. I'm gonna jump down and just use that as my way down.
Which time are you referring to?
Vivelda did this first. Vivelda was not the last person to do this. That's how you know we have a very sensible party made of sane individuals that definitely want to keep themselves alive longer.
I'm
Listening
trying to
Chaos,
say-
I hear your voice. Are you back yet?
Actually, I'm still not here, but I'm also back as well. Psychically, I'm here. I'm psychically here.
Okay.
Okay then.
You could try listening for the sounds of your lunatic party or search for footsteps.
That would make sense.
Because I'm definitely cursing listening chaos out with all that I am. And breaking his shit.
Fabian, I just remembered something. Theodosia isn't in the treasure room right now.
Oh yeah, Theodosia's here.
You see a giant fuck you spider
At the
chilling
bottom
out
of
near the
How
bottom.
dare you describe my daughter in such a coarse
Accurate.
way. You're gonna
In such
die.
an accurate way.
You will die.
I wave. I would shout, but hoofed footprints.
I didn't say hoofed. I said footprints.
Oh, I examined the footprints.
Nice. You think you might know what type of creature that made these footprints are, but I'm not gonna give you that without a roll.
Like wit.
I don't know.
Figure out a person is wit.
Sure.
Figure
Let's
out a
roll
footprints.
footprints.
This game was not super designed to do classic D&D dungeon crawling, but that's what we're doing anyway, so...
I'm good at GMing.
Arm still insists on using the system for something it was not designed for.
I think I'm a good GM.
I didn't say you weren't.
That's what we call efficient. That's resourceful.
I am, however, still making fun of you.
That's kind of like that's why you lost the fight.
All right.
I am definitely winning this fight?
This is where you die.
Okay.
What
What happened to I'm doing this to save you, or can you just not be bothered?
That's listening. I'm loose bundle of snakes.
Oh, okay.
So, listening is trying to save you. Loose bundle of snakes is
Under no
That's what
such
they-
delusions?
All right. I rolled a 5 on figure out a person.
I take it back. Those are hoofed. No, not that.
Yes, it escaped, and it's coming for us.
These are the hooves of an extinct animal.
Can I roll to put those consequences on someone else?
Yes.
This is a thing only listening. Sorry, only Vivian has the ability to do because she unlocked it.
Yeah, I've given a lot of my players like player-specific moves through roleplay, and Amphibians is someone else can have these consequences.
I don't want this consequence.
So before you roll, say who.
Oh. The bullfrog.
So, okay, now roll.
Okay. 8, 9.
That is a mixed beat. The consequences go somewhere.
Ooh. Can I tell they went somewhere and not to the target?
Probably.
Yes, 9 is high enough to know that you failed.
Okay.
Okay, how would you like to approach this waterfall? Or would you like to try and convince Theodosia to come join you?
Can I just rappel down?
You have rope?
No.
We could have rope. We're adventurers. You don't know that. All adventurers
Sorry.
come equipped with a standard 50 feet of rope.
Okay,
been
but
playing
which one of
Horizon.
you is the pack mule that carries all the adventuring stuff?
Oh,
Vivian, me.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So. I'm gonna astral dance down there.
Dope.
Uh-oh.
I would like to point out that she could have done this at any point. She could have just been like, I astral danced to my friends.
That's
I
a
did mention it
fact.
before. I did mention it
Wait,
before.
I can just say to my friends?
I've said
You
it
can
before.
astral dance anywhere you want!
I thought I had to know the place.
Remember I said before that, like, at any point, I know that Vivian could just pop up. So,
Which is half the
building
reason
a
I was
wall.
willing to leave you in the Tower of War, because I was like, well, she can technically get to us.
Arrive at a distant destination of your choice. If the destination of your choice is with my friends, that's probably fairly close enough.
Definitely used it that way before, too.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna astral dance to Theodosia.
Dope.
Theodosia, what to say?
Astral dance is another roll.
Theodosia writes me a letter every day. Sorry, wrong Theodosia.
Ugh. 8.
You can keep the underground. Theodosia, she's mine.
Okay, what's your dance look like?
Okay. I'm gonna stick my hands in the air. Gonna sway
Like
my
you just don't
hips.
care.
I'm just gonna, like, hum a little tune, do 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 do, and then I'm gonna, like, start stepping back and forth, and then I'm gonna do a little spin, and
Shake little tail.
like try to spin into the astral plane.
Okay, so
Right.
you put your hands up, you sway, you spin, And as you do this, like, other apparitions join you in your silly little dance. And as you spin, more and more appear, and like you're sliding through different places, and in all of the like energy of the event, Theodosia also starts dancing. And very suddenly you realize Theodosia is in the group of people dancing, so where are you going now? And your first thought, I'm going to hijack your first thought if you allow me. Your first thought is Vivelda, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Your first thought is Vivelda, and so now, very suddenly, hey Vivelda.
Hi. I'm getting
You know that's
shot.
definitely not your girlfriend that you just elbowed?
Uh-huh.
In an attempt to open the door?
What was the door? I was elbowing a door.
You definitely didn't elbow your girlfriend as she appeared right in between you and the door.
Perfect. Hi. I think we might be dating. No, wait. Duck!
Hey, listening Chaos, are you back yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Guess what? Theodosia and Phoebian just appeared in the room.
So I'm going to scream, beetle.
I'm not going to take make Phoebian take a condition on account of
This is hilarious.
yeah. On account of Vivelda is good enough at hitting things. She probably knows when to not hit things.
I was expecting this to happen for quite some time. So, I mean, I did even, I think, hint at it, that it could happen at any moment. So, at this point, I'm going
You are
to,
a bit quiet.
I'm going to say beetle guts, and then I'm going to be like, oh, Phoebian, how expectedly unexpected. You just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've been looking for you guys.
Well,
Hi, I'm
you
glad
look
you're
no
alright.
farther. You're not taking me alive, and then I'm gonna fire a crossbow bolt. at Phoebian.
Get down. Said about that casually, like, oh yeah, get down.
You're not
Yeah,
taking...
I duck for cover.
Okay. Do I roll for a fight?
Yeah, if you're trying to incapacitate someone.
Let's see. It's like, I'm not letting you take my life, Phoebian.
You won't take me alive.
It's me. It's me.
No, it's you. That's why you need to go away.
They've lost
No,
their
it's me, Vivian.
They've turned mortal, and apparently they're really paranoid.
I got an 8, so it's a mixed feat. So, I'm going to try to take away their. Wait, what's it called again? Let me read the exact words.
Take an object from an opponent to see the superior position.
Superior position. Like I'm gonna duck behind something so that way I can like fire crossbow bolts without them getting a behind cover, and then I'm going to inflict a condition. I'm going to use cutting words to say, "You're a killer. Nothing's going to sate your hunger for violence and death except my own life. So get away from me." So yeah.
Hey, that's my girlfriend you're talking about. I think, probably. Is that okay?
Mass murder.
I think so. If you'll have me.
I mean,
Well-
that would you'd be a lot better than Gathar.
You two are busy flirting, so Theodosia takes the response.
I mean,
Choice.
no.
Theodosia
Well-
takes the response choice and begins webbing up, listening.
What? From behind cover?
With enough web behind cover can mean in a box.
No, what are you doing? I'm the good guy here.
That's
I'm
my
the
girl.
victim. Why are you helping them?
At the moment, you just have disadvantage, but I suggest the next thing you do is get out, or you will be in a box.
Well, I think it's now one of their turns.
Listening. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Lies. I've seen you do things to entire dimensions.
Okay, whoa, that's
I never did anything to my friends.
Oh yeah. Then where's where's TG?
Oh.
Where's Laurel? They were with us just a second ago. Now they're gone,
wow.
and only you're here.
Wow.
But I'd be lost without you.
Are you trying to say roll emotional support or connect?
I don't know. I was trying to make a pun of
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah. I will say that I'm like stunned.
I try really hard to not giggle because we're having a moment, but I fail.
you're our shadow. You're our shadow mom. You cook delicious food, and you're always caring.
Listening? We're talking
Wait,
about the
me?
same guy, right?
I'm gonna like break out of the webbing and say, "Wait, me? You're saying that about me?"
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone's response. Hang on. What?
Do you like to roll emotional support or connect?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have very much heart, but I have spirit.
That sounds like emotional support, right?
Yeah. Dang it. Dang it. 6.
Do you have any spare love points? You could.
I do have. I got like max love points. What can I
You
do with a
could
love point?
You could use it to raise your roll up by 1 level, so you can go from a downbeat to a big speed.
Okay, I do that. They open up to you.
Listening
Well,
chaos.
Next,
If
they have
they
to
open up
decide
to you.
if they open up.
Is Shadow Mom that cooks us food enough to open your hearts to this?
Actually, they had me at the pun, but
So that's a yes. You may
But-
choose one from the emotional support list.
okay.
But okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you.
But what's the but?
You said but.
but. Jinx.
Okay,
I was gonna say
You said
if-
but.
If they open up to you, they choose one. A, mark a condition. B, mark XP. C,
Clear a
plus 1
condition. Clear a condition.
or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you.
I guess I'll mark X3. But yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, Vivian, but I just know that if you show up, I'm going to die. It's either me or you, and I need to choose me because if I don't, then life might die too.
Okay, so
But-
listening put life in its scarf, and then it lost its scarf, and now it's upset. Also, it's like got carapace and stuff.
We can look for your scarf. Maybe. I don't know. We haven't died yet. Wait. Shit.
What, did you die?
No, one of our party died.
Okay, but
Mortality's real.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
One of your party died, but he got over it like immediately.
yeah, also that was his own dumb fault.
But we can
Vivian,
fight death together. We're all, the rest of us have mortality, and so, and we've been fighting that specter of death for like all of our lives. We can help you. We can help each other.
We're
I
all
love
in
you.
this
love you.
together.
But I know you, and I know that if enough time passes by, it will be the death of me, and I can't let that happen. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt at Fabian's feet.
Make a roll.
What are you trying to do?
I'm scaring them.
So you're trying to inflict a condition?
No, this is just a. I'm
Oh,
trying
this is
to
just a
scare them.
roleplay thing? If you don't...
Yes.
Okay, then never mind. No roll.
Okay, that's even better because the roll I got was pretty terrible.
Okay. I'm going to.
Theodosia's going to finish that box.
What, webbing me up?
No, they stepped out of it.
I astral dance back to the war tower.
Tower of War.
No, wait,
yep.
don't leave.
Just start like breaking out into dancing.
Can I break down the last 2 doors so I can leave?
11.
Great.
Okay, you're gone.
Can I go with her?
I will not stop
Can I go with her?
from moving because, yeah, there's no reason to anymore.
I'm actually going to, if it's okay with you, as you start dancing away, I'm going to reach out and grab your hand and then spin you and be like, wait, don't, at least take me with you.
I'm going to initially resist, with the intention of being alone away from, loved ones that could get hurt.
They say dumb shit all the time, and now you choose to listen to them?
Well, or
I'm sorry, say that again, I
don't
didn't catch
know.
it.
this is just more real. It's I mean, what if we all die?
Everybody dies.
Yeah, but they're usually reincarnated. And now
Neither you nor I caused that problem.
it's still a problem that's been inflicted on us.
And separating at this point isn't going to help. We've got to stick together.
Fabian, that roll is still a success if you want to take it.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll emotional support. I feel guilty, so I have a -2 to emotional support. I'm already really crappy at emotional support. So let's see what I get. Doop. Let's see, you can use heart or spirit, so I'm going to use spirit. So that gives me a +3, but I also have a -2, so I got a 6!
Nice.
So I'm going to say that does not work.
I'm I'm going back to the tower. Maybe see you later.
Wait!
And then I dance away.
Look what you did.
Yes, now we're safe. You're welcome.
Is
You're
it my
welcome.
turn to make a move?
Yeah.
I roll the fight move.
Nice.
No. What are you doing?
Shanking you like you deserve. I pick up the arrow at my feet and throw it at them. With all the force that I'm capable of. So that's a 10. I want to take an object from my opponent. Let's see. I'm going to... Do you have any bubbles left?
Yes.
I'm going to inflict a condition, since
Okay.
that apparently doesn't do anything.
Wait, give me a second, because I gotta mark that off my sheet.
How many shields do you have listening?
I've got 2 more.
Beat them up. GM, beat them up. I can't hit them.
Why would you
I'm tempted to say a shield is something you can steal.
steal?
Yes, I steal their shield.
How do you steal their shield? That's
That's
like
the
a more
problem. I don't know how.
emotional. That's like an emotional. What do you call it?
BS.
Fortification. So it's like,
No, it's
Feel
your
the
body
confidence.
overflowing with its own essence.
okay.
So it's not like emotional. It's a in-game thing, right?
Let me read over what the Nature Witch does.
Wait, this is like something I hoarded for specifically for reasons like this. You can't
Specifically,
punish me
so-
for having. You can't punish me for having long-term strategies, which are fun.
specifically for
long-
hoarding.
Long-term fun strategies
So
that,
that-
add to the drama of the game.
so that
That's
you
a
can
good thing.
antagonize your party. That's the purpose.
I'm not antagonizing the party. I'm being fun. PHUN fun.
Really are something.
Well, before I was something else, but now I am something, which is what scares me.
Right, so what I want to steal is I want to go and take something from you that's either like part of the fortifications you've been building or something else that will sufficiently remind you of your mortality.
Okay, I have.
Shoot-
You
Okay.
can't take one of listening's heart shields. You
What?
can. One of your things protecting you from getting conditions. I read over. Vivelda has not done the things that I would deem required in order to take that from you.
Yeah, I think I've only done like one.
Vivelda could
trials,
do
I
the
think.
things required, but hasn't.
Yeah, I
You
need to
could
clear some
shoot
more
the
trials.
crossbow out of my hand. You could shoot the crossbow out of my hand, since that's pretty much what I would do.
There is some. Listening Chaos has produced a key to the door you're currently on.
All right.
That's what I offer you to steal. Listening Chaos can offer other things. Not
This-
Listening Chaos. Bundle of Snakes could offer other things for you
Yeah,
to
they
steal.
suggested the crossbow they've been using to hit me. All the force of a small child. No Russian spy. Vivelda is quite strong, despite being 6 inches tall.
Given that you're 6 inches tall and incredibly strong, it might actually be all the force of a small child.
Yeah, maybe.
Consider for a moment. Can either of your adorable ones hit harder than a frog could ever dream of?
Oh. I did say I was going to throw an arrow. Okay, in Genshin, Child is a character that uses a bow and arrow because theoretically he's crap at it. And one of his animations, he just chucks the arrow. He just grabs an arrow and chucks it. So yes.
You know,
Yes.
I was actually doing it myself too, but like how you just threw an arrow like with enough force, and I was like, that's pretty impressive. But let's not say that.
That's
right
definitely somewhere I was going, and then I got distracted.
Like, let me just not say that right now, though, because right now,
the arrow's being chucked at you.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I chuck the arrow at you hard enough to inflict a condition. Pointy end first. With all the fury I'm capable of mustering.
I already took the condition. So
Okay.
what's the other thing? Is it gonna disarm me or what? What's up?
I think I will disarm you. I'm going to come over there and take your crossbow. I will fling myself after the arrow and tackle you and grab your crossbow out of your hands.
Probably. What are you doing?
Probably just gonna kick it away.
I'm trying to save us both. Okay.
Listening Chaos, you can choose one.
Choose one.
Yeah, from the list of fight moves.
From the fight move.
Oh, I really like the I like to see superior position against opponents just because it means that I don't have to do more harm. I realized, but let's I'm going for crazy right now, so let's go with gonna provoke her by saying, hey, I'm trying to keep you safe. It may not seem like it, but this is for your protection, and I'm gonna gain a string on.
Ugh.
That's what I'll do.
I should get strings on you.
Probably.
Probably.
Who did I already get a string advance on? Was it you or
It was
it
me.
Oh man, you are not looking good. Because that means how do I get so many strings on you then? All right, keep
You
going.
always choose to take a string.
String advance? Did you ever get a good string advance?
No. You had something planned and you were so excited for it, and all you gave them was
It's about it happening that I forgot.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's lame.
Did you remember what you wanted to tell them?
No, I remembered that I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you told them that I was attached to Gaggle in unhealthy amount.
Mhm.
That's lame.
That is pretty lame.
It's a little bit lame, yeah. I was hoping you remembered. I remembered it again.
Okay.
So
Right. So, you take a string on me. Okay.
the reason why I say that is because minus like the thing that I turned it in from before, it looks like I need one more string advance one more string in order to get another advance on you. That's why I was like, that's surprising. So I'm just like, sheesh.
You like strings, and I give you
Well,
lots of opportunities
again-
to use them.
And like I said before, it's like the least harmful, long-term harmful thing. So that's why.
I just go for violence.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, because that last fight we were doing, that's why. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you regularly provoke me, and then we get into fights, and then you take strings on me. That is how this happens. This is a cycle I am stuck in.
I'm literally an emotional bully.
Yeah, you're actually kind of a jerk.
Alright. Anyway, moving on.
Gonna get a string advance on you, and it'll be, oh, surprise, listening's kind of a jerk.
Just don't ask for deeper understanding about my character. That's all. Because there
that's
isn't any.
literally what a string advance is.
I know, but don't do that. That's like a waste of time. There's like nothing deep, nothing going on inside.
Oh, there are so many things going on I could tell you about Listening Chaos.
Just
You are so full of it.
Ease.
Numerous
Okay.
bees and bees.
What's happening now?
I was attacking Listening Chaos. It's your turn if you want to reply. I have stolen your crossbow.
Yeah, at this point though, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you, be careful. Like mission accomplished. Be careful. Don't hurt me. I might die. Like she's gone now. We're safe. Gotta stop laughing.
I'm done. And I'm just gonna walk away. But first I'm gonna steal the keys. I don't think they built keys. These aren't doors with keys. They're just hastily wedged together constructions.
That sure is what you'd like to tell yourself. This is a hastily crafted door.
Okay. I'm taking the keys off their person. Unless they want to stop me somehow.
You can take it. I don't care about the keys. I'm like we're safe now, so it's okay. I don't know what you're gonna do with the keys, but we're safe now. Just relax.
Cool. I'm leaving.
Wait, where are you going? Don't leave.
Literally anywhere but here.
Like it can still hurt you. You gotta stay. It's the only place we're safe.
Not as much as you already have.
What?
You hurt me.
And someone has to make the hard choices.
If that's
You're
the
just
kind
not-
of person you want to be, then it's not the kind of person I want to be around.
It being understood. They left because they knew they were a danger to us.
They left because you broke their heart.
You're just gonna end up hurting yourself and them after they accidentally hurt you.
I'd do that anyway. I'd rather make
No.
mistakes next to someone who wants to listen than someone who's going to push everyone away out of fear.
No helping you. It's no helping you at all.
At least we agree on something.
Well,
And I'm going to leave.
Nice. You have gotten by door number 2. There are 2 more. This one is actually like a made-to-order door that has been installed into the wall. Listening Chaos, looking at this, you did not make a door that was that good.
I was thinking too because I was pretty sure I was using like, and I'm gonna say, I don't think I made that one.
Things are as they always have been, and now there's a door.
I'm gonna say, wait, Zelda, be careful. There might be something outside there.
I destroy the door with a 13 in daring.
Fantastic. I will mark 2 of its condition boxes.
It's still
This
there.
door has emotions. This door has emotions. Zelda,
It's
no.
Not
sir-
there by a lot, but it is definitely still there.
Wow, okay. Fine. I'll hit it again because I am thoroughly mad now.
Zelda, I'm serious. There might be something out there. You be careful. Don't.
That was a 5.
Okay, Vivelda, you sprain your wrist.
Do I take a condition or?
No, just remember not to hit things with that wrist.
The wrist.
Interesting fact, frogs not meant for punching.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be like a weird.
I imagine I have been using my sword.
punch.
I haven't been just, like, hitting it.
No wonder it's been so.
That makes sense. Okay. Either way, your wrist is sprained.
I'd also like to mark 2 of my trials. Fail at something that means the world to you. And stick up for myself, though it breaks someone's heart.
Whose heart did you break?
Listening's, hopefully. If I did any good.
I think you break. Oh.
That's up to you to decide.
Okay.
Sounds like you can mark both.
Yeah!
I will say that listening take a condition because someone just broke your heart, and a condition is emotional pain.
Darn it! This is what you did to me.
Good. That's what I was trying to do.
Trying to like save my shields for what I need it. Damn it!
No. This one could bypass your shields if you want. You could have a proper condition.
Sure.
Take a real condition.
We'll do that instead.
Okay. I will give you hopeless.
Wait, hopeless is one of the ones. No, I was gonna take
Too bad.
because I was gonna take frightened because that was one that I don't have a shield on.
Oh, fine. You can have frightened instead.
Yay! Wait, what? I know I was being silly. I know that's not a yay. That's I'm being silly. Relax. Not an idiot. I'm just silly.
Nobody thinks you're an idiot. Lunatic, perhaps, but not an idiot.
Okay. Final door is standing in front of you.
Okay. I guess I have to fight my way through it, too.
No, wait. You're still on the second to last door because you never broke it. Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've taken away your ability to break the doors. What you gonna do now?
Okay. Fine. I am going to do something really rash and dumb.
What?
Uh,
The Velda? They're just something rash and dumb?
I'm going to awaken the wild, and I'm not in a safe place.
What?
Well, you see, you're only supposed to awaken the wild when you are in a safe place and or don't have 3 or more conditions.
Ooh. This is
I would like to use my Fool's Rush in move, which gives me an XP for doing dumb shit. And gives me a +1 forward to defy disaster.
Okay.
Rolled a 9. So, if you attempt this move while rushed or distressed to the point of having 3 or more conditions, it works as above briefly, but afterwards the place or creature will fall dead and barren. I'm going to alter its behavior, ecosystem, or atmosphere to one I choose, and its behavior was shut, and I am picking open for the area around me.
Okay. That all sounds like a good plan that maybe a 10 would have worked on.
Yeah.
You have a 9.
Yeah.
The room is the treasure room.
Yeah.
You're altering its behavior to provide you the key. And
Technically,
when you
open.
use the key, it breaks. And the treasure room stops glistening.
Does that include all the treasure we looted?
Yes.
Tragic. I'm just gonna draw a sad face next to them.
Going to write a little tag spent next to this treasure room.
Oh, just so you guys know, I got 13 left.
13 what left?
Minutes.
Oh, okay. I also give someone dangerous to me a condition, which if you were really excited about, could be listening chaos. Sorry, I give someone dangerous to me a string on me. That's the word I was thinking.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Which is the GM's choice.
String accounted for.
Okay. Fab. I am just going to shout something in a language that is not a real, like, is not a language that has been heard for a very, very long time at the door, and a key appears in my hand, and I kind of, like, smash the key into the door, shattering it, and somehow the entire shininess of the treasure room is the other thing that I'm smashing.
Yes. As you smash it in, the items lose their luster, the torch goes out, plunging the room into intense darkness because the only way in or out is sealed. And you hear the door fall open. And right in front of your hand now is a large metal slab.
Plants ripple around me.
There's one more door, but there is a new light source because this door's frame is the colored one.
Hey, it's a magic door! I knew it was. I say, as
The
if me
puzzle to open
steadfastly
this door is to open 4 doors, apparently.
Is this the 4th door that I have to open?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Let's boogie. Does Theodosia feel like doing anything? Because I've done a lot, and I feel like it's someone else's turn to take a turn.
Theodosia is now disappointed that everything she had gathered is turning to dust as she attempts to grab it. It entered that super fragile state.
Or is it not shiny?
It entered that they appear to have entered the super fragile state that happens once Listening Chaos broke it.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's now broken.
Okay. I'll just erase these things from my character sheet then.
That's correct.
Like, yeah.
Aren't you so glad that you spent that on a door instead of getting some sweet loot drops out?
Yep.
I know that, like, me, as how I play, that's definitely a bad... that's definitely bad enough to be to warrant a mixed beat.
I think that is too bad for a mixed beat and more like a downbeat.
You got the thing.
But treasure.
I could tell you how treasure rooms work, if you want.
No, it's okay. Life is pain.
Vivian.
Yeah?
Here you are, sitting in the doorway, facing your 3 eyeball-clad friends. I just said that sentence.
Okay. I sit down and start contemplating my life.
Do you look overtly sad?
Maybe.
Okay, one
Probably.
of the eyeball friends is going to
Eyeball friend.
get pushed by the others closer towards you, then float over and be like, "Hey, is everything all right?"
I mean,
No.
I don't know. I guess I'm just dangerous to be around.
When you
Apparently
think
I
that,
just hurt my friends.
I'm covered in full plate, and my gauntlets have long, sharp spikes on them, and I have like 3 weapons on me as well. I feel like I could also be considered dangerous to be around, but that doesn't mean I don't have friends.
Well, but what if you were dangerous to your friends?
One of the other eyeball friends shouts over, like on taco night! He gets something thrown at him.
Shut up, stupid.
Well, if your friends are soft enough that you might hurt them on accident, maybe you should do something to make your friends stronger. Like, what if you made them full plate? I know full plate makes me stronger.
Guess none of us are wearing armor. Is Vivaldo wearing armor?
Nope.
Nope. I'm not sure any of us have seen proper armor until these guys.
Probably a fact.
But what do you do about the fact that sometimes people die?
Listen, I am a memory of... I am a dead memory of someone who died a long, long time ago. And I'm still around. I realize that, like, people's bodies fall limp and they are without action on their own anymore, but are they really gone? A memory can outlive almost anything. I don't know much about myself, but I do know that I kill people. That's why I'm wearing this armor. That's why I'm wearing this crest. That's why I'm wearing this sword. And this sword. And not the sword, actually. That one isn't for killing people. No, I am here in this tower because I killed people. And some of my friends died. I died. I was probably someone's friend. But look. Look around. Are we gone? People die, and that's true. And I can't really say what to do or not do about it. But I can say that just because they aren't around in a way you can see or touch or smell doesn't mean they aren't around. My brain won't stop saying that your mic is broken. Are you saying something? Can someone talk, please?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Fibian's gone. Killed her. Got it.
You killed Fibian. Like IRL.
Jeez. Yeah.
You're being super motivating, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bad timing.
Bad timing indeed.
Who knew that when she was talking about mortality, she meant her own?
Listening knew. Listening
Well-
foresaw this.
I did. Well, let's not. Let's later. Let's talk about that later, not now. Not trying. We don't need to gloat, okay? We want.
Okay, guess we're doing Vivelda and Chaos.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a solid
2
steel
minutes.
door.
I got 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, let's
it.
just wrap it up then.
Mm-hmm.
Fibian!
Cool. Things are so much worse than they were before we started.
You are still down one party member.
Look what you did. It's got anxiety.
Okay, so how much did I was talking for a while. How much when did I cut out?
Most of it.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
When I stopped talking, there was just silence until I started talking again.
Okay. Well, since as a spooky witch, I can't be trusted with normal people, I am going to go befriend the bullfrog.
You can't see it, but I am hitting my forehead with my palm so hard right now, you guys.
That is the cliffhanger we wanted. We have two
Yay!
locked in a room with barely any lights and a massive steel door in their way. We have one who's like, I'll go befriend the actual monsters. And we have one that literally no one knows where they are.
Yeah, I'm assuming Laurel's on the other side of the door, and I just can't get to her.
That
Because-
is inaccurate. I have gotten rid of Laurel. She's not there.
Or most likely, somehow Fibian killed her.
I will end you in real life. Not really.
Okay,
Velda may
that was
legitimately try to
fun.
kill you, though. Yeah, everything is so much worse than it was before. Good job, everyone. 5 stars. Would not do again. No, I'm kidding.
That's how you know it's been a good session.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's bad ever for always.
Everything's bad forever and for always. Exactly.
So since I started a new character, I kind of need experience now.
You started a new
Yeah, class.
Playbook.
Rulebook.
Playbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you
Any
switch
PC?
to? What'd you switch to?
Oh, it's a secret. I didn't want to tell you. That was part of the
It's
reason.
true. Secrets.
Secret,
Any
secret,
PC
I
can
got a
confess their
secret.
love.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
We talked about maybe dating.
Yeah, we already knew that. Any PC struck a blow against oppression.
Does listening chaos count as oppression?
Maybe.
Does defeating the tree people count as oppression?
Actually, striking a blow against me might actually be a blow against oppression.
You all heard it here first. Listening chaos admits that listening chaos is a force of oppression and evil.
Well,
That's what they said,
actually,
word for word.
No, because it's true. That's the thing. So that
Yeah,
So my
I am
character-
aware.
so I don't know, but it depends on what the DM thinks. So I mean,
You are not. No.
no.
You are
No.
depressing one of your friends, but you aren't oppressing anyone yet.
Right? Yeah.
Though you are trying quite hard.
Mhm.
They locked me in a room
You're welcome.
against my will. Help, help, I'm being oppressed.
I'm an abusive parent.
Yeah.
Who does it out of
They're
love?
not even my parent.
I'm like, you don't have parents.
I'm that you're not my real dad.
Any PC leapt into danger with daring or panache.
yeah, I do dumb shit.
I think both Vivelda and Fibian did.
Fibian said, I'm going to go befriend the
Fibian
Minotaur.
did. For the record, having danger thrown at you is not the same as leaping into danger.
All right.
Fibian did, though. I'm counting that. Any player use a safety tool, such as a safety tool.
I took a break.
You took a break, but you didn't call for a break.
And we're not counting breaks anymore.
Why not?
It is
experience now.
It is too easy.
I need the experience.
I need less experience because I don't
learn,
want to evolve this character.
Learn something important about a player or the world.
There's Minotaur.
I learned that water has surface tension.
That was last week.
No, that was this week.
I'm going to say the existence of the labyrinth counts. So that is 2 points of experience.
2 XP.
Okay, and I failed like once, right?
You have to mark that as you fail, otherwise you don't remember.
I think I failed.
According to our list, Listening Chaos gets
total
1
abject
point
failure
for a botch.
Yeah, so I get 3 experience.
Vivelda, you appear to also get 1.
Yes, I marked it.
Okay.
And I don't know if Fibian did or didn't. Good luck.
All right, guys. Thanks. That was a lot of fun. I'll talk to you guys later.
Good luck and fun.
Would anyone like to speak to their GM about things?
Nah, I'm good.
Fibian?
Everyone, I hope you all did well. I hope you all enjoyed our Chaos stream of epic proportions. We do this every Friday at the same time, same place, so go ahead and drop a follow. Thank you so much for Fireflies for following me a couple of days ago. We rated Firefly's stream because she was doing It Takes Two, which is a game we play on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays we play Genshin. So if you want to see Genshin, that's what they call it if you're like cool. And or not cool because you play Genshin.
This is the link to our Discord server. I'm going to go live shortly, but
yep, so
I need to do a small handful of things before then, so...
In our Discord server, we have a group of dedicated streamers who all produce different kinds of quality content, so if you want to hang out, make some friends, learn some tips and tricks about streaming, or just find out when we're going to be live next, the Discord is the place to go. So, I don't think we're going to be rating anyone, because we only have 2 viewers. Cough, cough. So yeah, this is goodbye. Remember, you're important and somebody loves you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next week. Bye!
Bye!